Okay, this week it's time to get back into yet another review of Athlete X program. So, kind of going through these relatively quickly. So, of course, I say that because the ones I'm doing are pretty much month-long programs and everything. So I'm kind of busting those ones out and everything. So, able to, in a sense, review those a lot quicker and everything. So this week it's kind of like a step aside from usual. Hey, look, here's the alternatives that you can get into that are much better for substance abuse and everything that I usually talk about. The better alternatives over your Cultivate AA and everything. So I'm gonna continue doing these reviews and everything. So when I do get through the programs and everything. So now the next one will probably be like 5 or 6 weeks down the road and everything. So like because I am going to be kind of taking like a recovery week because after like this I've been going at it for pretty much a good 5 months and I'm feeling a little bit beat up and everything. So I kind of take a recovery week to kind of recoup and everything. So with that said, now it's kind of like break down this one. So now the one I just basically did was the garage greens. Now I'm going to be going through the portal here. I'm going to be going over the calendar. So now that you can see, I technically still have like a week marked, not marked off or whatever. But like I'm recording this like the previous week, right before I get into the fourth and final week. So now this one has this one is called Garage Gains, and so it's designed for people that don't necessarily have like access to or maybe don't want to go to a commercial gym and you want to pretty much train exclusively at the home. Now, of course, I've been kind of flip flopping between going to the gym and a commercial gym that I go to and a home gym because my place doesn't necessarily have enough room to really do the cardio. So kind of it makes a lot more sense just to, after work, just go to my gym and everything and do the conditioning there. So I've been kind of flip flopping between the two and everything. So, but again, this one is basically designed exclusively to be able to do at home and everything. So, of course, depending on the weather, I mean, I could, in essence, take the conditioning workouts outside and everything instead of in my small home gym and everything. But as he knows, that's neither here nor there. So it kind of look at your unique situation and how you can do it. So if you want to do garage gains at your typical gym, then go for it. Or if you want to do it at home, it's just as well. So now this one actually has two different in essence paths. One is a total body split, and then the other is a push pull leg split. Now this first way through, I have actually gone through the full body split and everything. So and my idea is once I get that done, I'm going to do the push pull leg split and everything, just to kind of be able to compare and kind of contrast and everything. So I did look at the push pull legs split and everything, and so the way it's that one is set up is that is you have it's a Monday through Friday uh, program, so 5 days a week. So you start the work week Monday through Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with the push pull leg split, and of course also with the full body split. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is your strength training days. Tuesday, Thursday is your conditioning day. So the push pull leg split though is you're doing push, then pull, then legs. So you're doing in essence one cycle of push pull legs with the two conditioning days in between the strength training days. The total body is a total body conditioning, total body conditioning, total body. And the way it works is the first week is total body A, conditioning A, total body B, conditioning B, total body A, and then Saturday and Sunday are your recovery days. So total body A is basically you're doing the horizontal movements and everything. So a horizontal push, horizontal pull, plus your legs. Total body B is you're basically doing your vertical, horizontal would be bench press and the the barbell bench press and the barbell row. Total body B would be your vertical, pull ups and overhand presses and stuff like that. So in essence, with total body splits, you go A B A, and then with the conditionings, you go A and B. The second week, it's the same thing with the conditioning. You do condition A and B, but this second week you flip it. You do total body a B, and then A, and then B. So first week you're doing two workouts of the horizontal push and pull, and one day of the vertical push and pull. The second week, you're flipping that. You're doing 2 days of the vertical push and pull and 1 day of the horizontal push and pull. Week 3, you go back to basically 2 days of like the horizontal push and pull and 1 day of the vertical push and pull. So like A, B, A for your total body workout, and then like but what you're doing is you flip like you're still doing conditioning A and then conditioning B on your conditioning days, and it's the same thing for week 4. You're doing like so basically for the whole 4 weeks with the conditioning, you doing on Tuesdays you're doing conditioning A, and Thursdays you're doing conditioning B. The fourth and final week, it's like with total body workouts, it's B, A, B. So basically what you're doing is flip-flopping between getting 2 days of horizontal push and pull and 1 day of vertical push and pull. Then the next week it's flip-flopping to 2 days of horizontal first and third week, 2 horizontal and 1 vertical total body workout for push and pull. The weeks 2 and 4, it's 2 vertical push and pull and 1 horizontal push and pull. But with the push pull legs, like you're pretty much doing like the way I quickly looked at it, it was like a push on like Mondays, pull on like Wednesdays, and legs on Fridays and everything. So I will probably go over that split more in depth when like I actually go through that one, because that's the plan of like after I get done like this. As of this recording, I'm going into like the last week of this program and everything, and of course I'm like kind of like saying like recording it and then dumping it like the day after I actually finish it and everything. So as of this recording, I still have like the last week of this program before I move on to like a recovery week, and then doing like at least the plan is to do like the push pull leg split of this one. And I do have like a few more 1 month programs left to kind of like finish up of the ones that I have. And like eventually I probably will get the other programs that are out there that I haven't gotten to yet and everything, and do like these typical not necessarily product reviews, but like program reviews and everything to kind of like talk about. So like, hey, look, here's something to do. And like now I'm going to probably end this video to kind of like on where to like place it and like inside your training. Now it can be like I would say anywhere from beginner to advanced and everything. So because with the beginner, you can do the total body workout, and like it could fill in the role of like maybe like the AX1 program, or like you could do any number of like different iterations of how you go about it. So like I know I always say like start with the AX1 program and move into the AX2 if you don't need the TNT plugins for the AX1 program. Now, of course, you got to assess your situation. So, like, of course, I say that, and you could be someone who is morbidly obese and, like, just starting out with training and everything. So, like, the 0, 02, and elastics programs could be, like, even a better start for you if you're in that position. If, like, you're brand new, totally untrained, you're morbidly obese, you have no experience, and, like, you're now just starting, I need to get my health in order, because like the 0 and the 02 programs are body weight programs, and the elastics is resistance bands. So you could those 3 programs you could theoretically spend your first 9 months getting yourself in the habit of doing like workouts and stuff and using your body weight, and you could in essence kickstart your weight loss program journey and lose like a ton of weight up front, and then get into the AX1 program. This one could be like could fit in like with that scenario. You could do like the 0, 02 elastics and then get into this 1 month program and then do AX1. You could do like I usually like I say like, hey, look, this is where you usually want to start with the AX1, AX2, and then you could jump into this one. And of course, another way to like where this would be great to get into is like maybe like even if you're intermediate and like and or advanced, and you're starting to shift towards working at home more, because like, hey, okay, I'm getting sick and tired of driving all the way to the gym just to get my workout. I just spent some money to get my like home gym set up and everything. I want to start training at home. So this would be like a perfect way to kind of like, in essence, if you just started setting your home gym up and everything, to kind of like a kickstart like training at home and everything, so you can get kind of used to like, even if like you're intermediate advanced, like, okay, well now I gotta kind of in essence switch up my habits. Instead of driving to the gym, I can just walk into my like a home gym or garage gym or garage gains, and basically do it like do this to kind of get into the mental habit of like, instead of like driving, I just basically walk to the gym and everything. So this one's like a relatively quick one on the 1 month program called Garage Gains. There are two, like I'll reiterate, there are two different paths that you can do: the total body and the push pull legs. You can do either or like me end up doing both and everything. So to each his own, and like I gave examples on how you could fit it into other programs and everything. So the great thing about like I like about these 1 month programs is they're like in a sense mini sprints. You're not necessarily oh man, I just did a 3 month program, I have to do another one. You're like, oh hey, here's a 1 month program, and then when you're done, like, oh that was quick and everything. And of course, it can also break up like those 3 month programs that I just mentioned and everything. So in essence, this is like in a way perfect to fit in anywhere, whether you're like a complete beginner, intermediate, advanced. If you want to break up like a 3 month programs, or if you're just looking for something quick and easy, or like to kind of shake things up, it kind of fits multiple bills and everything on how you want to finagle plugging this into your training and everything. So like all these programs, they're definitely well worth it. And like if you got into pretty much all the programs, you like would in essence have like your training figured out for like the next 5, 6, maybe even 7 years. By the time you get through most of them, the programs keep coming out and everything. So like you pretty much have your training figured out. And like the great thing is like all the other programs, and it has nutrition programs, like nutrition guidelines that you can use to be, oh, so this is how I eat and everything for this as well. So you got your training and nutrition figured out for the next 5, 6, 7 years with these programs, plus the nutrition in a sense information that is plugged in there to be able to like give you that 1-2 punch to be able to get things done and get your health in order.